Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Reddit Stories. I think it's safe to say that we've all met entitled people, but have you ever met someone so entitled that they thought they could hit you if you didn't help them? This one's from user HuggyBear21. Assaulted even though I don't work there. A little background. I am single, having never remarried after my wife passed away from a sudden and deadly illness. And since the health crisis hit, my grandmother, who's in her 90s, and my cousin and her mother have been living with me. Never had any problems with them, and they do help around the house as they can and even pitch in on the bills from time to time, which I love about them. My cousin is a special needs boy and has a compromised immune system, as well as my grandma being old. She does not have as strong an immune system as she used to. As such, when I do have to go out, I take the precaution of taking a shower when I come home, and put on a fresh set of clothing, taking care to not expose them to the worn set before I wash them, necessary in my view with the lockdown going on. Normally, I would order in whatever we need, but at the time this happened I could not. Something to do with their system going buggy or something. With that, let's get on with the story. This happened a little earlier today and I'm still fuming over it. Yes, I did press charges. Earlier today I decided to go shopping even though some members of my household are higher risk for the health crisis going on, but we still needed food and a few things for a special diet one of them had to eat. So, into the story once I got there, grabbed a cart and began to shop. I had been shopping for about 20 minutes when I heard someone snapping their fingers. I ignored it because I didn't work there and was wearing jeans and a black shirt with Insane Clown Posse on it. No way anyone could mistake me for an employee, or so I thought. Next thing I knew is someone yells in my ear, "Are you going to help me or not?" I jumped exclaiming loudly, "What the F?" When I turned around, there was a Karen, short-haired, in clothes one size too small for her, large, and with a sour look on her face. She shouted again, "Help me now or I'm getting you fired." I told her just as loudly, "I don't work here, lady. Now F off and go bother an actual employee." She stepped back, mouth agape like she had never been shouted back in her entire life and wound up to slap me. I blocked her swing and said, "That's one." She tried to slap me again and I blocked it. "That's two. One more and I slap you back, B." She screamed, "I'm getting you fired," and stomped off. I yelled, "Don't let the doorknob hit you on your butt on the way out, B," as she left. I saw her shoulders jerk as if she had gotten hit in the back and kept going. I continued with my shopping, albeit angrily. I was done with people at the moment and wanted to finish and get back home. An employee approached me and asked what all the yelling was about, so I told her everything. I could tell she was smirking when I told her what I said as that crazy woman stomped off. So we chatted as I shopped, and the employee's words were helping considerably to calm me down when we heard that nasty voice again. "That's him. That's the one who wouldn't help me and threatened me when I asked for his help. I want him fired right now." The manager looked confused. "Ma'am, he doesn't work here. I cannot fire customers." "Yes, he does," she yelled at him. "Fire him right now or I'm filing a complaint with corporate." The manager responded, "You're certainly welcomed to do that, ma'am, but he does not work here." She lost her crap then. Her face went purple and charged at me and managed to slap me this time. I normally am opposed to hitting women, but out of pure defensive instinct, I slapped her back, hard enough to spin her around and knock her down. By this time, store security had arrived and restrained me, thinking I was the one to instigate the incident. The crazy woman got up off the floor and started screaming "assault" and demanding the police to be called. In the meantime, she tried several more times to get to me and slap me again and wound up being restrained herself. During all this, the employee had been speaking to the manager over her yelling and told him what had actually happened and had heard her demands 2 aisles away and came to investigate. Apparently, she had managed to come into the aisle in time to see her try to slap me a second time and my warning to her. When the police arrived, she went off on a profanity-laced rant demanding I be fired and arrested and that she was going to be able to live off the suit she intended to file. The police walked me a few feet away while she ranted and raved and asked me what happened. So I told them, and that the footage from the security cameras would provide proof of my side of the incident. So while one listened to her side of the story, one went and checked the recordings. They came back. One took out his scuffs, while the crazy woman looked smug and said some rude things, but was shocked when the officer told her to turn around and to not resist. They had to literally drag her out of the store, kicking and screaming all the way, threatening to have their jobs and screaming how she was the victim here, and more I cannot put here because of the language. I was asked a few minutes later by one of the officers if I would like to press charges, since from viewing the recordings it was obvious I was defending myself and did not use excessive force. Of course, I said yes. I also found out later she has harassed other shoppers before, but had never assaulted anyone before. So she's sitting in jail having not been able to bail out. Her family, a few who have contacted me, have profusely apologized for her actions. I told them not to worry about it. They are not being held to blame for her actions. Also, get this, none of them are willing to pay her bail, so she can't get out and start her shenanigans again. I suspect there's more to it than that. But I do know she has been banned from the store after that for life. Wow, this story took us for a ride, didn't it? I mean, it's always great when an entitled person who's trying to pull off some crazy stunt like this gets what they deserve. That's always great. But the fact that the family is not willing to pay for the bail, that's a big thing, right? I mean, I haven't seen that one before. One thing I'd like to add as my personal opinion is that I do not agree with people slapping people just willy-nilly. Man or woman or whatever, relationship or no relationship, it doesn't matter. To me, OP applied Newton's third law. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. She slapped him, she got slapped. But like I said, that's just my opinion. Now, I'm pretty sure you're wondering, is there any more to this story? And yes, there is. There is one more post, the update. So let's move on with that. A mid-video PSA. Please don't forget that the goal for this year is to reach 100,000 subscribers. Please help me out and just go ahead and click subscribe if you like these videos and you still haven't subscribed. Now, let's get back to the story. Wow, this really blew up. I want to thank everyone for their comments, positive or negative, and the outpouring of amazing support and gifts from everyone I haven't been able to respond to. Before I begin, I'm well aware some refuse to believe this. They're free to believe as they want and I won't argue with them, but I will not discuss politics in my post, and deliberately rude and condescending individuals will be blocked from my page. Naturally, there will be those claiming this is fake. I truly wish it were. Would be a whole lot less trouble for me. Understand first, there is only so much I can reveal in this post, as it is an ongoing case. As such, I cannot reveal names, locations, or even the state this is taking place in. With that said, on with the update. Since this has blown up so much, several people have been asking what charges are being levied against this woman. I can state that she's facing assault against a police officer, destruction of property. Apparently, she knocked over several displays and things off the store shelves as she was being dragged out, and which resulted in several glass bottles and containers breaking when they hit the floor. Making terroristic threats. Idest threatening jobs and to come back and make people pay for her embarrassment. She also now has a restraining order against her because of the seriousness of the threats she has made. She has also been recorded threatening to find where I live and burn me out for her embarrassment. Even has gone so far as to offer favors to people in jail to find me and give me a beating for getting her arrested and dragged out of the store. So, the restraining order at this point is necessary. More than that, I cannot talk about, as I said. It is an ongoing case and all that is mentioned here is a matter of public record. I have since become friends with several of her family members and can say they have decided to go complete no contact with her and have forbidden her from coming to their homes. Good for them, I say. A very wise decision. At first, I had thought she was just entitled and thinks the world should rotate around her and what she wants. But, as I have found out, she is straight up badass crazy and has been proving it nearly every time she opens her mouth to speak. I have a bad feeling this won't be the last time I have to deal with her either. I have since acquired an attorney myself, and we are seeking to have her checked for her mental health issues. More than that, I cannot say at this point. Legal reasons. I, however, have the advantage of knowing she cannot refuse, although a counselor has been offered to her. But again, more on that I cannot say at this time. Oh, and for those wondering, terroristic threatening is considered a felony offense. How bad and what class I cannot say because I do not know. At this date, she still has not been able to bail out of jail, and her family still refuses to bail her out. Her parents have invited her husband and children to live with them, and he has begun divorce proceedings and is seeking full custody of the children. Her own parents have totally disowned her since this happened and cut her completely out of their will as well. They're actually very wealthy and have offered me any support I need. I've refused, politely, at this point, as I have a good job currently and no needs. Her family has been amazing and very supportive of me, and I'm very thankful for that. I've even been invited to have Christmas dinner with them. Thanks to this crazy lady, I've made new friends that so far treat me like family, and I'm loving that. That's my update on events currently happening concerning this particular Karen, and I hope no one ever runs into an entitled ultra super Karen like this. Okay, and the ride continued. The husband is divorcing her, the parents disowned her, and they are not paying for her bail, so she can't get out of jail. This altercation with OP must have been the straw that broke the camel's back with her family, so they are cutting her loose. That's harsh, man. So at this point, I'm wondering, is she just an entitled person like OP thought in the beginning? Or does this woman really have mental health issues that make her act out this way? What do you guys think? Do you think this is just your run-of-the-mill Karen? Or does this person really need psychiatric help? Let me know in the comment section. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.